So, Joc, how have you been able to sustain like a 20-year career off of one hit?
Great question. Well, I got more than one hit. I got hit records.
Ooh, tell me about them.
Oh yeah, boy. Ooh, Shawty went in, ain't it, man? She talking about something. How you been able to sustain for 20 years with one hit? I was like, damn. Shawty hit me so below the belt. I was like, damn, little buddy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even come here to interview with your ass today. You know what I mean? I really came to assist somebody else, and they asked me about it. As soon as she hit me with the first question, I wanted to just be like, girl, stop playing with me. But then I said, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna break it down for you. You know what I'm saying? I just commenced to answer the question for her. But I don't even feel no shade by it. People been shading me. This ain't nothing new. It's just y'all got a chance to see it from somebody y'all may not be as familiar with. So it's like, who the nerve? And I said the same thing. But it's what it is, you know. And I see when she compared herself to Funny Marco. You know, Funny Marco, that's my Brody. He got a different approach to how he do. It's a science to it. Not saying she ain't got no science to hers, but it was just real, like. And then she could have just been asking a valid point. Asking a valid question. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't doing no more podcasts unless I really fuck with them. Period.
So the girl Mehgan James came out and said, first of all, I want to apologize to Joc. My intentions were not to disrespect you during my podcast interview. I honestly was interested in your journey and how you've been able to stay relevant throughout the years. Bruh, if you're going to sit down and ask him some questions, you should at least have an idea of the person. This is a prime example why everybody don't need no podcast. It's like everybody who got a camera and a microphone think they educated to speak on stuff. I be hearing so much nonsense from people with these quote-unquote podcasts, talking about relationships, talking about stuff they have no idea talking about. But because they got their camera and they speaking loud, they looking like they talking about something. She gonna come up there and disrespect Joc. Tell me something. How have you been able to sustain a 20-year career off one hit? First of all, it ain't been 20 years yet. He came out in 2006. It been damn near 20 years, but it haven't been 20 years yet. And second of all, he been on a lot of hits, and he got a lot of hits. At least, counting the features and his songs, he got at least 10 hits. So he had a decent career, but like most people, they don't sustain it into the next generation. It's so many rappers. You look at Chingy, you can look at Mims, you can look at Mano, you can look at Young Joc, you can look at DJ Unk, the Franchise Boys, the Young Bloods. I can go on and on. It's so many hip hop rappers, groups that just didn't last because the fans retired them. Once the fans don't care about your music no more, you gotta do something else. Look at what Chameleon did. Look at what Pleasure P did. Music is not the end all be all. But the fans don't look at it like that. Us as music fans, we like, damn, we ain't heard no Joc song in a while. We ain't heard this in a while. Or they fell off. But you don't know that they got a multi-million-dollar business company or they got investments that can keep them rich for the rest of their life. Unlike Joc, he went to Love and Hip Hop. He got a radio show. He got other avenues of income. When the music stopped working, you find something else. So that girl, she need to either stop doing podcasts or do research on her guests. Crazy, man. What y'all think about this, your boy B? Oops.